From beautiful Del Mar Country Club, Go TV presents your International Diamond Cup featured foursome.
And welcome to the Del Mar Country Club here in beautiful Rancho Santa Fe. We are thrilled to bring you the coverage of the West-Southwest International Diamond Cup. I'm Dave Benz alongside Chris Walkie. And Chris, we were on the practice range with these guys this morning. I got to tell you, I was impressed. A number of players with some pretty impressive swings.
Hey, there's a lot of good players. There's some guys that aren't quite as good. I tried to help all those players out today. Some of them got a lot better. I expect some good shots today, but obviously there's going to be a few bad ones on this hole.
Yeah, I think you're being kind. I think we're going to see a number of bad ones. But the good news is, to look at this hole, it doesn't appear to be the toughest hole at Del Mar, but I got to ask you, it looks deceiving.
Yeah, it looks like deceiving. This hole plays downhill. There's a lot of wind coming up out of the canyon from the ocean. It's going to be very difficult for the players to pick the right club. So they need to pick the right number, get the yardage, and trust their swing.
If there is some good news, it appears there's a favorable pin placement here today on the par 312. And time now to meet our featured foursome. It's Fred George, the highest handicap in the field, along with Mark Kolash, David Droll, and Ken Solikowski. And they're all standing by, along with our Jill Carlson, up on the tee box.
All right, thanks, Dave. These guys claim to be having a good time. Is that right?
Absolutely, absolutely. The time we're having is worth the time we're having.
I'm not quite sure what that means, but
We're having a great time. It's wonderful out here. We're getting our money's worth. It's free.
which pretty much describes, yeah, that says everything. Now, Dave, how are you playing?
It's really the game of a lifetime. It's been amazing, and I just hope that I can really deliver on this hole as I have the past 12.
And Ken, you were saying that you did not actually come out here and practice previously because you were saving it all for this round, or were you just saving the course?
I was just saving the course, and I just have to say, don't try this at home because we are trained professionals.
Let's see what they can do. I'm sure it's going to be excellent, guys. Excellent.
All right, thank you very much, Jill. So here's Fred George on the tee box, and says he plays golf only about 4 times a year.
Fred, I got to be honest with you. That might not have been worth the wait for us, but you know what? You got a couple more cracks at the green now.
I appreciate that. Yes, I do. So it's just going to get better from here. It's all downhill.
It is actually downhill.
Literally.
He's in the fairway, which on a par 3 is not a good thing.
That's not a good thing. He's got a tough pitch shot here, too.
Well, his cart partner, Mark Kolash, we will see what Mark can do if he can better that. Mark, meantime, abstained from filling out our questionnaire. that must speak loudly about his game.
He's afraid he's going to incriminate himself.
It looked like he
Dave,
pulled
that's
that.
way left. That might hit the house.
Yeah, that is going to be out of bounds, so we'll see whether or not he takes a drop up there on the tee box. Next up on the tee, Ken Solikowski, and Ken describes his swing as sloppy. He says he shoots in the 100s regularly.
Oh, this might not be good.
Oh, that looked like a good swing, though. A little bit short, but that is going to make its way up to the green, and look at it roll on. And for a guy who regularly shoots in 100s, I think a lot of people who shoot in the 80s would be happy with that shot.
That's pretty good right there. He's going to have a long putt. Lucky to two-putt this one, but we've seen it made there from earlier today.
And finally, David a roll and David a lefty, and you know a little bit about David.
I spent a lot of time with David. He used to hit it way to the left all the time, but he straightened that out. This one looks like it's right at it.
Yeah, it looked like he straightened that one out nicely. And that ball comes down well short, unfortunately. It was going to be on the line, but it was well short. So as these gentlemen make their way down from the tee box, let's check in with the other member of our broadcast team, Tim Morris, standing by with Mike Cirilli.
Thank you very much, Dave. I'm with Mike Cirilli, VP Marketing of International Truck. And Mike, every year this is a great event, but this year you're off to a terrific start. What a day, huh?
Yeah, I mean, you can't beat the weather, and the course is just awesome. So we're glad to be here at Del Mar.
This gives you a unique opportunity, obviously, to mix, with your customers. What are you looking to do out here, and what are you accomplishing in terms of building relationships?
Yeah, it's not enough to sell great trucks anymore. I think the real key is we got to spend time with customers and understand what their needs are, and what better place to do it than 5-6 hours on a golf course playing 18 holes and here in San Diego. So it was a great day.
All right, thank you, Tim. While we were away, a flurry of activity, most of it not very good. Fred George did manage to get his second shot onto the fringe, but Mark Kolash, all kinds of problems. Takes a drop, then hits a flub shot, then hits it long into the bunker by our location. David Droll, similar problems. He hits his second shot over the green, through the bunker, and right next to you, Chris Walkie. So now back to live action. Mark Kolash, this is going to be his 5th shot after having to take that drop. And he sculled that. And that is going to be well over and off the green. So Mark Kolash in danger of posting the high score on this hole for the day. And now to David Droll. This is his 3rd shot to try and hole out for a par. And it does hit the green, but will it stay on is the question.
Now, Dave, to hit that shot properly, you need to get that face more open, the ball more forward, and slide the club underneath to get some elevation.
You will be sitting 3 and off the green to try and make a bogey. Now back to Mark Kolash. I'm losing track of how many strokes he has shot, but I believe this is for a triple bogey.
Dave, is he trying to putt that?
He is indeed trying to putt it.
Oh,
now he has changed his mind. Perhaps he heard you.
I think he might have heard me. This is a better option.
And Mark Kolash does chip it, and it rolls towards the cup. He is sitting 6, so he does have a chance to match the high score of the day if he can make this putt. Meantime, David Droll has a lot of work to do coming up here. Looks like he's putting this as that's the right call.
That's correct play from there. There's not much long grass. He can roll right through the short stuff. Definitely easy to hit it, though.
From a long ways away. He did hit it, but nowhere near the right line. And that thing did have pretty good ball speed, but just not towards the hole. So he's going to have that left for a double bogey. Meantime, Ken Selikowski now. This will be his 2nd shot.
This is definitely makeable.
And Selikowski leaves it short, but he is going to have a little bit of work to do still to try and make that par. Now over to Fred George. And George, this also for a par, and this is not quite on the green. And will that high grass come into play on this backswing?
Yeah, Dave, I think this is the wrong club selection. That putter, he's going to get the club caught in the grass. He's going to end up topping it or hitting it short. So the best play for him would have been to take that sand wedge and use the belly in the middle of the ball.
George does get good contact on the ball, and it's got a nice speed as it goes towards the cup. Oh, it is just off the line, but a pretty good effort for Fred George on a shot that you didn't think he should have made.
Dave, sometimes I'm wrong.
And Fred with a wave to the cameras. Can he tap in to finish off the bogey? Indeed he can. Fred George takes a bogey here, and, well, all things considered, I think he's probably fairly happy with that result. And now back to Selikowski. A chance to make this par. It looks like it had the right speed, but just not enough there.
He didn't quite hit that one. It looks like he hit that off the bottom of the putter. Not solid at all.
So Selikowski now with a bogey. And here's David Droll with his bogey attempt. And the most important putt yet upcoming from Mark Kolash after Droll finishes out. And Droll's bogey attempt no good. And he still has plenty of work to do.
Dave, that was just poor speed control. Left himself another 5-footer. It's not looking good.
And Droll is going to let Mark Kolash go, it appears. Kolash, again, this is an important putt because this would be for a 7. We've had 2 7s so far today on this hole.
Dave, this goes just a bit left to right. Probably play this on the left edge. Needs to hit it firm into the back of the hole.
Mark's got it. Is it enough? It is. Mark Kolash avoids having the worst score of the day to himself. He has company. The 3rd 7 to be shot on this hole here today. He'll probably be happy to learn that news. Meantime, David Droll, that was for a 5. Needs this for a 6. He does indeed get the triple bogey. Not a favorable hole for this feature foursome. All right, Mark, I got to tell you, probably don't realize how important that last putt was, but you carded a 7. That was the high score of the day on this hole, so you would have had that to yourself had you not made that putt.
Well, we've been working at it all day long. You know, I think we might be in close second to the tail end of this thing. I'm not sure. We might be at the end. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, that's not a good place to be.
I know.
Hopefully the golf has been more enjoyable than the score.
The time we're having has been absolutely worth the time we're having. And that's all that matters.
Keep the snowmans off the scorecard and you'll be good the rest of the way.
I'll do my best, buddy. Thanks so much.